Hey, worker guy, how's it going? I'm gonna hop back on, do some run 8. And let's see, I was gonna calibrate this thing. Yeah, it seems to be working okay in there. Alright, we'll roll with it. Alrighty, we're out here at the Boron plant. And we got some work to do. So on my lunch break today, I went ahead and brought a bunch of cars out here that are outbound. So we've got that outbound track pretty much full. We've got the train we drove over here last time, sitting over here in the siding. So when we get ready, we'll have to run the power around that, because we'll want to shove these cars in. But before we do that, we've got some work here at the plant to do. Whee! Uh-oh. What is this simulation on? I'm not sure I understand the question. It's a railroad simulator. It's like 80s and 90s to present North American railroading. This particular route is out in California, near Barstow, I think. If that helps. Get me a drink here. Alright, we're going to grab these engines. That'll be our power. Oh, what is this game called? Yeah, if you can't see it in the title, sometimes Twitch hides stuff. It's called Run 8 Train Simulator. Their website is run8studios.com. All one word. I'm not sure if I have a command for that. You could try exclamation run 8. Run number 8. Alright, let's get this one started as well. So these cars here are need to be shifted over to this track. Because I just pulled the ones out of here that got filled. I think these are empty. They need to go on this track so they can get processed. Now, exclamation point, run 8 for commands, but I'm not sure if I have that command in there. Alright, set you to run, and then the other stuff we should be able to do from the cab. So let's hop in the cab. Get some lights on. Let's see. Headlights. Those guys on. I need to hop back out. This should still be set up for MU power. It's not for some reason. Okay. Alright, I heard the other engine come online. There's a way to get in the cab of the trailing unit, and I always forget what it is. Let's try this. Let me get on the step. And then is it like rate control F11? No, right shift. There we go. Yeah, we did it. I think we need those on. Oh, it's not going to let me. Maybe you have to do it through the menu. I don't think there's anything up there we can change. Let's see, is it responding to throttle commands? Seems like it is. So we should be good. Yeah, I think they're both responding. Alright, good deal. So we're going to be playing engineer and conductor tonight. Let's see, back in here. Get that turned on. And let's see, let's get independent on, and then we're going to take off our parking brake. Why is our air so low? Alright, let's put the handbrakes back on. The AI was the last ones to drive this, so I thought they would have left it in a state where it was good to go. Maybe not. Those ankle cocks look good. Air hose is connected. You're good. Huh. Why do we only have like 65 pounds of air? What? Why is it that way, Bob? We need to fix it. Is it because we just haven't pumped up yet? Oh yeah, it's slowly pumping up. Alright, cool. In that case, let's put her up in like notch 4. It's going up. It just hadn't pumped all the way up yet. We're good. This has this engine has a mechanical air pump. So I think it's run 4. You're supposed to give it throttle anyway to help pump up. We're supposed to have 90 pounds. We're coming up on 90 pounds now. Good deal. Alright, so in that case, let's put the independent back on. Release the parking brake, and then we're going to go play conductor on the back here. And which one of these? Attach point. There we go. Bring my HUD up so I can see what I'm doing. Beautiful. Alright, set and centered. Hop off the step. Now we got to move these cars. I think they're all empty, so I don't think we need to pump air into them. We just need to make sure. There. I just took all the handbrakes off. You might have saw that. Might have seen that car shift a little bit. We should be able to just drag these out of here, in theory. Since they're empty and we don't have a huge strain, we should be able to get them stopped with just the locomotive brake. But I should probably double check. I had these switches lined up. So we're going to need you. So we'll we'll save that as 1, and then you're going to come all the way out. And I can just bot back and forth between saved positions. Oops, too many notches. Come on, throttle, work with me. There you go, notch 2. Then we'll have this one be 3. Oh, no, it was already set right. We want to go that way. Alright, we need to bring her all the way out past this switch here. Get these spotted over there, then I'll check on those tankers. I think the tankers are ready to go out. Wait, why is my headlight not set? Is this wrong again? There we go. There's the end of our train. There it is. Let's put 5 pounds on and see how well it wants to stop. Yeah, no problem. We're slowing right down. Piece of cake. Oh wait, no, I don't want to switch that one. We're good there. We need to come back. Switch this one. So you're 1, but really you should be 1. You should be 2. Let me get these in the right order, because we're going to be using these a little bit. Alright, then you should be 2. There we go. Come on back, and then that one is set for straight, so that's good. Alright, reverse. Oops. It's random honks. They'll get the idea. Hey, Captain Weirdo. How's it going? Run! And hop on. There we go. We'll ride the car back. We have a little bit of a grade here. I believe we want to back this cut pretty much all the way in. Oh, did I engage auto? I did not. Let's get auto going. all the AIs. Make sure they're all released. Keep an eye on that. I think the AI is good to go. I like having trains running across the railroad. Gives it some life. What are we doing tonight? We're working the Boron plant. We've got some cars need shuffled. We got some cars that need taken out, some cars that need brought in. Was it just yesterday I streamed? I've kind of lost track of time. Last time I streamed Run 8, I think was yesterday. We drove the local out here, so it's out there on the siding by the main line. Ready to come into this plant. Right now we're using the plant switch power to shuffle some cars around. In anticipation of bringing in the local with the road power. We'll slow this down to about 5. As we creep back here to the end. I'm not sure what this plant does. It fills covered hoppers and drains tank cars. But beyond that, I don't know exactly what it does. It's a real industry in California. Stop down the ground here. That'll probably do. Whee! Came to a stop right now. Might have got a little too aggressive on the brakes. Love that slack action though. Alright, I think if I push this button... Does that set all the handbrakes? It does. Alright, cool. I'm a really fast sprinter. This does have multiplayer support. It's got really good multiplayer support, in fact. But I'm playing by myself, so we're going to be running around. We're doing engineer and conductor. We're doing all the things ourselves. Alright, so what I want to do is I do want to release the handbrake on the engines. And then I want to pull the uncouple pin. Just get uncoupled from those. And then what's our next move? Let's go flying. So if I turn on car tags, you see these are all tagged to go outbound, so that cut needs to go out. These box cars need to go out. Those need to go out, so everything else goes outbound. We've got quite a let me let Delta's message through here. Add permitted term, playing with yourself. Thanks, Delta. Thanks, bud. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Everything else is outbound. However, we have the outbound track out here full. Those are empty. These are loaded. So I need to get these 4 box cars. Are those box cars or reefers? A reefer is a refrigerated rail car. Calm down. Yeah, I got some jetpacks, man. Just hover around. You can walk around on the ground, but... Yeah, I think these are just box cars. They're loaded. 105 tons. So I need to get those 4 cars off of this track. I'll put them over here. And then I should have enough room here to shove our incoming cars in with the road power. And we can get our outbound trains get that ready to go. All right, that's our next move. Let's turn the car tags back off. Go back to there. Switches are all still lined up. So we'll hop in the cab. Which track was that again? Next one from all the way over. I don't have my map out and handy. I might have to look that up. Yeah, it's the one that's all by itself. Okay, so we need to go all the way out to there. Then reverse in. Hey, alien. It's all good, man. I've seen you lurking here and there. Hope you're well. Always welcome to stop by, even if you don't say anything. And I'm doing well. Can't complain. Yeah, that switch is good. Alright, we'll hop down the ground. And we need to go all the way back in there. Like this key. Is it this key? There we go. No? Not one of these let me stick my head out the window. No? Okay. Never mind. Anyway, we need to go backwards. Not a Labrador. You gotta stick your head out the window and watch the drivers roll. I don't remember what the keyboard command, and I don't have that button on my rail driver. Cab view, camera, engineer, head out, forward and reverse. Oh, it's right control up and down. Right. That makes sense. There we go. Do you hit the right track by the screens? Well, it's just me. I can't afford that. Now these cars are loaded, but there's only 4 of them, so I don't think we need to put air in them just yet. Or the bumps. I don't think there'd be much of a bump if one of these locomotives ran over you. It's very much a sandbox alien. So it's a big empty world. Now it does come with a scenario called Busy Barstow that has like a bunch of cars in the yards and set out industry, stuff like that to get you started. Or you can start completely from scratch. Or what I did was there was a nice gentleman on some forums. There's a community called The Depot that's around Run 8. And on their forums, a guy has made like realistic populated worlds. So all the right kinds of cars are at the right kinds of industries, and various locals are made up and tagged properly and just all kinds of stuff. So I actually started with his world because he did all the hard work. And then I've just been working that world basically. All right, set and centered. And then I've got it set up so it spawns AI trains occasionally. So like this sighting is the one end of the part of the world that I own. You can buy other DLCs. But the base game is like 220 miles of track. There's a lot here. So it'll spawn stuff and run it across the railroad. All these little numbers here are trains. UP 5532, BNSF 7288. Those are all trains that are running right now under AI control. And new in version 3 of Run 8, there's an automatic dispatcher. So I've got Otto. Otto, the automatic dispatcher, is turned on. He's running the main line basically. So trains will spawn, they'll run across the railroad. Occasionally some of those will be tagged for the industries. So if I turn, it's complicated. But if I turn on car tags, you can see this has STO. That's the destination, which it's off railroad. I don't remember what STO is right off the top of my head, but you can see these cars are tagged for L-CAL0611 BOR. So L-CAL0611 is the Boron local. That's the job we're working right now. And that stuff is all configured like in the back end, so it knows that local goes to these industries. BOR is this industry here where we're at. So there's all kinds of stuff to make it all work. It's complicated. There's like hour-long videos on it out there on the YouTubes if you want to go find them, how it all works with the industries and that stuff. So it's a big sandbox. It's not like Train Sim where it has like scenarios and XP points and that kind of stuff. It's literally a railroad simulator. Yeah, and places like the Depot, and there's others too. The Depot is just the one I'm familiar with. They have their own servers, and they run it like a real railroad. And you have to like pass a little test to make sure you know how to operate a train to even operate on there. And they have dispatchers that run it and like spreadsheets and tools and stuff. They actually run it like a railroad. For me, I'm just playing single player. I just kind of do my own thing. I like running the locals. So these cars will come in on trains off railroad. They'll go to a yard. They'll get sorted into like which train they need to be on to get out to the local. You'll see in a minute the train we ran out here last time I streamed. It has the inbound cars. Right now we're getting the outbound cars set up. And these are loaded. Release the handbrakes on those. There's only 4 of them, so we should be able to handle it without pumping air in. I think we'll be good. Yeah, the horn is loud. Sorry about that. Off we go. So these cars have no air in them. They cannot brake. There's no brakes. Only brakes I have are on the locomotive. I need to push that button. There we go. So I'm riding on the little stirrup here now. Hope there's nothing ahead of me. So we got to pull these down. We're going to stick them onto this cut here because that cut needs to come out. And then this cut of tank cars needs to come out as well. This is the inbound track, I think. That's what I'm using it for anyway. So I need to get this clear so we can bring the other train in that's going to get sorted into here. And then we'll get the road power hooked up to these outbound cars. And we'll have a train that's ready to go back to, I think it's Barstow Yard. Terrible hitchhiking idea. It is. It is indeed. But it saves the conductor a lot of walking. What I like about this is it's an actual simulator. It simulates the physics, all the airlines in each individual car, all the, you know, the brakes work like they're supposed to. It's just, yeah, it's just good. I like it. Alright, we can get a little bit of throttle. Just didn't want to get going too fast. With like 450 tons of car here. We got 2 engines though. We can handle it. There is no damage. Like, you can derail, but just the trucks are like off the rails. It does simulate wear and tear to some degree. You'll get like random problems with the cars, brake shoes sticking, that kind of thing. And the engines, like the locomotives, they have, I forget, it's like 6, 7, or 8 different parts that can fail, like traction motors, fuel pumps. So it does kind of have that kind of stuff. I've had I think it's a fuel pump fail before. So I basically had a dead unit. I had to drag back to the shop and get it repaired. I've had random traction motors fail. If just one traction motor fails, then you're just basically derated on a horsepower. You can still move. Alright, let's ease in a little bit of brake. I'm going to throw my HUD up so I can see what I'm doing here. Hop down on the ground. Let that ease to a stop. I said let that ease to a stop. Give it a little more brake. There we go. Okay, we're going to come on back. Then I need to go make sure switches are lined up. Let's see, I got this switch. That needs to go that direction. And then you need to be switched. And you need to be switched. There we go. Come on back. I don't remember if the cars actually can be fixed or anything. Oh, hello. Must have a little bit of a grade. We're up to Almost 20. Slow down! Really ought to be at around 15. Oh, we're gonna have to grab it. Ready? Hop on! There we go. Hope we're lined for the right track, otherwise this is gonna get rough. Oh boy, we're still humming right along, aren't we? Skidders slow down a bit. Back down to about 10 mile an hour. There we go. It's like I was talking about the air brakes. So if I bring up this UI here, this shows the 2 locomotives and then the train, which is only 4 cars. The top white bar here represents coupler force. The bottom white bar is air brake pressure. There's no air brakes right now on the cars. You'll see if I put a little brake in on the engines, it turns yellow. So to go from like white to, I think, purple with full application. And it models, you know, the air going throughout the whole train. It takes time to get through all the hoses and stuff. So something to keep in mind when you're applying brakes on a train. It doesn't happen instantly. There we go. I like having this up because we've got our time. We've got what our reverser is set. Speed. Whoops. Speed. Main reservoir. Equalizing reservoir. Brake pipe. Cubic feet per minute, so airflow. Notch that we're in for throttle. Brake cylinder is the brakes on the locomotives, which is what I'm using. So you can see I'm going to put about 10 pounds. We'll get slowed down a bit. Boom. All right, all good. Go ahead and set the handbrakes on those two. So see, I just accidentally clicked on this truck under here. Oops. Oh, now I can't click on it. There we go. So if this car did derail, you can use a re-railing frog to pull it back up on the rail, that kind of stuff. Or you can just click the button. $3 a.m. Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for dropping in. Have a good one. Pull the pin on that. Off we go. Is it too loud? I mean, it is loud. It's supposed to be loud. But if it's too loud, I can always turn it down. I'm going too fast too. Let me bop out here to this position. Going way too fast. We're running light, so it's not a huge deal. I mean, this is the volume I always stream this on, but if anybody else thinks it's too loud, I can turn it down. Okay, we got those moved over. I think we're ready to clear. Actually, are we clear? Yeah, we are clear. Got school in the morning, Captain Weirdo? Hey, no problem, man. My kiddos got school too. They're gonna be off to bed soon. It's only 8 o'clock here. Now I think I want these guys out of the way. They'll be grabbing this with the road power. Let me just double check. No, that's not what we want. Yeah, I mean, it's at the same level it always is, but if anybody else thinks it's too loud too, speak up. Or Alien can just turn his headphones down. So we'll stick it back in. There, yeah, that'll work. The rail driver has a subwoofer built into it, but I don't have the audio actually hooked up. It's pretty cool, and it makes your desk rumble. Alright. Turn the lights off. And relinquish. So those will just sit there and idle. Sit back to normal. You sit back to normal. You sit back to normal. Then we're going to have to go do some work with the road train. When we shove it in, we're going to come into here. We're going to occupy that track. I think that's long enough. Let me go check the map here real quick, see if it has a length on that. Let's see, maps. I think it's Mojave Sub. Page 7 is Boron. Yeah, Boron is 3120 on track 7, and we were 2880, I think. So we do have room to shove it in there. All right, cool. Very cool. So somebody has went to the trouble. I love gaming communities, people that share. So they've gone to the trouble to make like a sectional map. So we're actually here at the Borax Yard. The Boron local, Boron siding, is where our train is setting out. We've been working out here on these industry tracks, if you can see my mouse cursor. So my train that's sitting out here, it's on this 3,100 foot track. We're going to shove it in here on track 7. It's 2886 or something like that. So it'll fit there. I was just double checking it would fit on this track 7. And it will, so we're all good. But I don't want to walk out there, so we're going to fly. Whee! So all those cars are headed back to the yard. And we got a bunch of other cars too. This is the inbound train that we drove over here the other night. And we got a train coming by. I need to run around this. So we'll have to talk to dispatch and get permission to occupy the siding. Which I think we can do. I'll have to figure that out. I'm gonna be lazy and set that way. It's one of the mini AI trains. Let's go ahead and hop in the cab. And if I pull this up, we're on this section. It's channel 32, and then it's star 13 to tone up the dispatcher. There we go. Don't fall asleep over there, Bob. Waiting for the Thomas theme music. Unable to issue mainline authority. Ah. Well. Okay. Are we gonna have to go rogue then? I could do this and then cancel my routing. That might work. I'm trying to figure out how to work with the automatic dispatcher. If this doesn't work, I'll just turn him off and I'll play dispatcher too. You're waiting for at least one train, are we? That one just went by. We got one coming out of Barstow now. Where are you? I'm not sure where he's at. So I need to get out here on the siding and then run back to the back of this train. So we could... We'll let Bob run the radio. Alright, we got handbrakes on this, so that's good. Close you up. See how this is yellow? There's too much stretch force on this to be able to pull the uncoupling pin up. We're not wanting to move for some reason. Why are we not wanting to move, Bob? Hey, vintage mold. I wouldn't say it's extreme hardcore, but it's less. It's not a train game. It's a railroad simulator. So it's got dispatching and, you know, actual train operations and fully simulated air brake stuff. I mean, it's very much a simulator. So it's, if you're familiar with flight simulators, like, it's not an arcade simulator. It's like the DCS of trains, if that makes sense. You can play it single or multiplayer. In fact, the multiplayer is really good. You can even have multiple people working together as a train crew. I'm playing single player, though. I'm in my own little world right now. Why are we not moving? I did something wrong. That's in run. Oh, it's got a brake. Does it have a brake application on? No, those are bailed off. Oh yeah, if you're familiar with DCS, yeah. So it's got all the bells and whistles. Like, this is a good example. I want to uncouple from the train here, but because this is stretched out so tight, it won't let me pull the uncoupling pin. So I need to move the train backwards a little bit. I'm not sure why I can't move. I did something wrong. Why can't I move? Let's get my HUD up. Oh, there we go. Maybe I just didn't give it enough juice. Alright, now they're together. Now I can uncouple. Okay. Now, did the dispatcher talk to me while I was distracted? That's a great question. I don't know if there's a log anywhere. Would I recommend it to a trained noob? I mean, it depends on what you want. If you want a big empty sandbox where it's totally up to you, you know, to create your own railroad and run things the way you want, or alternatively, if you want to, say, join a community server and be a part of a simulated railroad, this does that really well. Then Run 8 would probably be a good thing to get into. But if you just want to, you know, hop on once in a while and run some trains and have missions to do and stuff like that, then this is very much not that, if that makes sense. It does come with a handful of scenarios. There's one, I think it's called the Edison Local. It actually made I think it's a 5-part video series on my YouTube channel that shows that. So it has just a handful of things, but other than that, it's like up to you to either make your own or join a community that's running it like a railroad. When you load this up, you're like in an empty world, unless you add stuff to it. Cancel my OK and told me to call when ready. Thanks, Darkwind. I thought somewhere there was a log. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. Is it on the network menu? No. Okay. That'd be nice to have. Track bulletins? No, we don't have any track bulletins. You don't have to like tone him up. You can just go to dispatcher. You can do that too. Oh, that's saying 65. Boron Tower. No, he doesn't want to do mainline. This says 32. Oh. That's on the other end. I actually toned up the wrong dispatcher. I think it figured it out anyway. Like, oh, there's a noob on the channel. Acknowledged. Okay. Now what? You're waiting for at least one train. Who am I waiting on? There's somebody here because it's green. Oh, no, he's pulling into that siding. There's somebody coming up this way. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm tempted to just cancel him and do this myself real quick. Let's do that. All right, so I'm going to turn him off. So now the automatic dispatcher is no longer dispatching. So if I bring up the dispatch screen, they're going on through. That's fine. They have a red signal. That's fine. Those should turn red. I think we're good. But let's go double check. Free fly. Whee! Somebody was telling me earlier that the volume was too loud. So if you think the volume's too loud, be sure and let me know. I don't hear what you guys hear. I have my own headphones. They're separate from OBS. Yeah, I think we're good. We just need to occupy this siding. So I think we're good. Whee! Whoa! Alright, so let's come on forward. Try to make this quick. I just need to get around on the back side of this cut because we have to push it into the industry. There's no runaround tracks or anything. And there shouldn't be anybody flying up my backside. Alright, haul ass. Yee! And that switch is correct. It was good. We're not going to get back far enough to worry about the grade crossing signal. Alright, let's plop back down on the ground now. Boink. So you can walk around or you can actually fly around if you want to go really fast or need to get a specific view of something. I need to slow him down. We're doing 40. I'm getting impatient. Need to be careful. So he's... It's like he's routing into that siding. I haven't seen him come by yet, though. We're in this siding now, so that shouldn't... Nobody's coming into this siding, so it's all good. Hop on the step here. I need to close that switch behind me. So we get up here in the clear. No, I think the EOT is still on there. Alright, let's get lined up so we can go ahead and push. Whee! Oh, it looks like it didn't save on there. It was on there when I quit playing the other night. I think we're there. Alrighty, so we need to use this magic button. Make sure you're closed. Don't want any air escaping. Use the other magic button. And we need to get this pump full of air. So we'll connect up the air hose. This angle cock we can open. This one we want to just partial open. And we'll watch our airflow. If I just opened that all the way, it would blow the emergency system because it would think it had broken an air hose or something. Because so much air would rush out of the locomotives into the empty train. So you need to partially open it until your flow gets down to like... Is it below 100 or below 60? I forget the exact number. Then you can open it all the way up. And if I pull up this brake thingy again... Why are you being weird? That's weird. Not gonna show me the brakes? Okay. Oh, that's right. If you're hooked onto the front, it's yeah. I know why. Oh well. Let's see. Well, we're gonna be pulling out of there. We'll just go ahead and set this as a lead unit. He'll be less confused. And I can bring that up. We have no air in the... No air applied in the train. Alright, that's down. We should be able to open this all the way up now. And we're in neutral. Let's bump this up to notch 4. Pump some air. So now we're just pumping air. That's that. Because we have a decent amount of train here. 2,500 tons. 208 axles. 2,882 feet. Won't want to try to stop that with just locomotive bricks. I'll turn that off. Bob's over there silently judging me. I need the panel lights. I don't think I need the panel lights. Except at night. We'll turn the gauge lights on though. Alright, airflow's down about 80. So we pull this up again. It doesn't model the brake shoes on the cars moving. So this little guide here helps you with that. If you do a brake test, I'm not an engineer, but the way I understand it from watching videos and stuff. Do a brake test, you're visually inspecting that the brake shoes are like closing and releasing. So this UI lets you do that. And I don't remember the exact real brake test. We'll do a Kerbo's version of the brake test. Make sure our brakes are working once we get the air pumped up. And we're pretty much pumped up. So let's go ahead and do a 10-pound set. You see this turns yellow as the air command flows throughout the train. And it'll get darker orange as it applies. And I didn't stick an EOT on the back. Could have done that. So that looks good. We don't have any brake shoes stuck open or anything. So let's go ahead and do a further reduction. Down to 65. So basically a continual suppression. He's just hoping the rookie over there will let him make it. Hang on, Bob, you're in for a wild ride. Alright, looks good. And we'll see if we get a clean release. Bump that throttle up again, get some air pumped. You don't have any brake shoes sticking on. It does happen occasionally. Yeah, got a good clean release, so that's good. Let's get our air pumped back up. And let's see, I'm gonna use that button. Oh, there goes that train that we were waiting on. He's over on the main line. We're occupying the siding. So that's this guy. BNSF 6789. Heading on through. Let's see. Yeah, we should have to reverse because we turned him around. Had to go release each brake by hand, uphill in the snow, while wolves were nipping at your heels. Not like the pansies these days. That's that AI train honking for the grade crossing. Okay, switch is set. Switch is set. Easy there, trains. I'll throw some dynamics on the engine here. About 40, and we'll see if that'll help keep the speed under control. So we're on a little bit of a downhill, and I think we hit an uphill, so it's going to be some constant jockeying. There's the end of our train, way over there. Alright, set that one back. And that one back. There we go. Now we can hop in the cab. And then we can say, auto take back over. So we're done with the main line for now. Hey, Big Chris. Happy Monday to you as well. Yeah, I can see we got a dip and then we got an uphill. So I'm going to kill the dynamic brakes. Let's pop down to here. And I can run down to this one. Run! Ways to go yet. There we go. Now we're starting to hit the hill. So that should have ran some slack in. So we'll go ahead and get a little bit of throttle in there. So we start to shove up that little hill, and it looks like we got another straight and then another little bit of a hill. Thinking of starting a new save. Do you start from scratch, or do you use some of the populated worlds that are out there? I use the, was it very populated SoCal? From the Depot forums. I can't remember the dude's name that makes them. Much appreciated, though. It's a great place to start for single player. Try to keep it around 15 to 20. Ish. We'll touch you between notch 2 and 3. Oh, you start with the busy Barstow? I don't really know much about real railroading, other than just what I picked up from videos and stories and some model railroading in my youth. This is my model railroad now. 220 miles of main line. Try making that in your basement. All right, we're up to 22, but I think this is an upgrade. Or at least more level. We'll see. Hopefully we'll start slowing down soon. We got a ways to go. Because I don't have any throttle in right now. It's all gravity and momentum. Here it coming. I want to jump on that stirrup as it comes by. You ready to catch it? Oh, I missed. I got on this one. Whee! I think we'll probably want to get some brakes going here. Get a 10-pound set on. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now. Remote control. From my air-conditioned gaming chair. Should have taken the brakes off a little quicker. Yeah, it's been hot out there. I'm very thankful every day for my inside job. Because I worked construction when I was young, teenager and such. My dad was into construction. It was the family business, so I've been there. I've been up on a roof tearing off shingles when it was 110 in the shade. So I appreciate air conditioning. Hey Charles Farmer, the object is whatever you want it to be. In my case, I like running locals and switching cars around in the yards. It's just a big sandbox railroad simulator, so you can do whatever you want with it. You can make 100 loco consist and run that up and down the main line. There's communities that have their own servers that run it like an actual railroad with crews and dispatchers and stuff like that. Sky's the limit. Shade, that's the thing you can get in on lunch break when you get off the roof, Big Chris. We have trees here in Missouri. I don't know if you're familiar with those. Trees. They grow out of the ground. Let's make our initial stop. If we need to, we can ease her on back. Here we go. Yeah, I am about out of track, Charles. You're not wrong. That's why I went ahead and brought it to a stop, because we've got about 2,800 feet of terrain here. Darn near 2,900 feet. So we want to kind of do stuff slow. All right, let's get a couple. Oops, no, just a couple. Come on, throttle. Work with me. Couple notches of throttle, and we'll bring her on back. Heard the slack pushing in. Because we're going to just barely fit on here. But according to the paperwork, it should fit. Paperwork never lies. Whoa, where is he? Alright, let's start setting some handbrakes here. So new in this update, if you hold shift and you hit set, you'll set handbrakes on each of the cars, which is super handy. Alright, I'm going to use the cheat button. There we go. Paperwork's always right, Big Chris. Don't question the paperwork. Yeah, we got plenty of room. No problem. Alright, set handbrake. Set handbrake. Set handbrake, and we'll do one more pair. Run! Alright, close you up. Oh, I got too much tension on there. That was weird. A bit of a sound bug there. I've got too much tension on the coupler here. We got to ease her on back. Come on. There you go. All right. Those are dropped off. Now we need to grab those loaded boxcars there. Send you guys on out. So we need straight. Looks like we're set for that. Yeah, we're set for that track. So we need to pull back in there and get that cut of box cars, and then pull up and get that cut of tanker cars. Run! And grab on. There we go. Hey, Crimson Zamboni. Howdy, howdy. So we're gonna have quite the train. I hope I have enough power. I think it's, if anything, it's a little downhill back to Barstow. I'm getting my yards right. Yeah, we're heading back to here. That's the plant power over there. Dedicated here to the borax plant. We were, if you weren't here earlier, we were shuffling cars around with that power. That's why it's just sitting there idling now. This is the road power, so we're going to grab all these cars that need to head out, and then we'll have a train that needs to go back to Barstow. And I might be able to have the AI do that if I can remember how to tag it properly. Or we might run it back ourselves. Is it back bar? Yeah, that looks right. We probably just send them out that way. Maybe. If I got it back over on the mainline siding, that would probably work. A little rusty with the Run 8. Yeah, the switch thing, I think that was in the Run version 3, wasn't it? The local control option. Alrighty, we're going to want air now. And let's see. Doink! Just buzz down here to the end. And yeah, that's open, so we need to close that. How are we looking for air hoses here? Oh, none of you are connected. Beautiful. Actually, let me look. There's... So we could do... This changed. I need to set that back. So I could just hit F7 to hook up all the air hoses. Let's try that. There we go. I don't want to do angle cocks too because it'll like blow the emergency, but that'll hook up all the air hoses. That'll save me a little bit of time. Nah, screw that, Big Chris. We're gaming. Yeah, we'll get some air back in there. Alright, you're centered up. Let's get you in a notch 4, pumping some air. Go forth and pump. Yeah, just tell them you're gaming. I don't have my green screen up, but I'm sitting here in my air-conditioned basement, my DX Racer, cold beverage. This is railroading. Not. No, I very much understand hard work in the heat. I grew up doing that. As soon as I could hold both ends of a hammer off the ground, Dad put me to work. Yeah, you got the RCO box. It's just, you're just gaming. Alright, air flows down. We can open that all the way up. Watch your step. Alright, let's hop in the driver's seat. What do you think about all this, Bob? He doesn't care. He's like, just let me make it home alive. You RCO on the main line? Like doing switching moves, or like you're sitting on the train with the RCO box cruising down the main line? That sounds pretty crazy. Maybe we weren't quite done pumping air. A couple notches on. My window's still open? It is. I wonder, it's so dang loud. Oh, I got you. Running down from the yard to the port. Alright, let's go ahead. We're down a little bit. Let's go ahead and do a set. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. Did I forget to hook up something? That's connected. Maybe there's not enough air in there yet. Yeah, Bob's mumbled about me and my F7 cheat. Where did I say to look for saves at? Refresh my memory. What were we talking about? Yeah, you and me both, Dave. I did finally get it bought. I couldn't even get it downloaded. Their servers are just smoking and flaming and on fire. Oh, for like worlds, you mean? Was it the depot server? I think exclamation depot, DEPOT, I think has a link. I think it's the depotserver.com. They've got forums there, and you can find, if you search for like very populated, you should find it. For SoCal, I think he's got them for all the routes, actually, for all the regions. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Now we got enough air to actually apply. What's going on? Maybe I'll look at here. Yeah, it is the depotserver.com. I don't remember if I have a command for that or not. Alright, that's looking good. No sticky shoes, so that's cool. Probably should turn my bell on. It's too late now. Alright, we just gotta pull these forward, and then I think it's the next track over. We gotta get those tankers. Yeah, it's just one track over. So that's the middle track. It's a little confusing sometimes because this track 7 has its own switch down there. Don't want to get going too fast. While we're idling through there, let me look and see. I have a link to that. I don't. If you search the depot forums for very populated, hopefully you'll find the thread where the download is. You'll have to search the forum. So go to that website, go to the forum. I think you probably have to sign up if you don't have an account there. Then search for very populated, and hopefully you'll find the forum thread with it. Didn't break nearly in time. I forgot these are loaded boxcars. They're heavy. Alright, that's lined up so we can come on back. I love the physics in this game. All the slack action and stuff. It's great. This might be a little tricky. I'm pretty rusty at train handling. Yeah, too much brake. There we go. Give it a little kick in notch 4. Out! I like using the rail driver. My only complaint is the throttle is not very good. You get much more precise control with the keyboard of the throttle because it has, you know, physical notches. Whereas the rail driver, you just got basically a joystick axis and it's not very precise at all. Rail driver is way overpriced for what you get. Alright, you are open, so you can go partial. Oh, we don't have any of the air hoses up. That's why there's air leaking everywhere. Alright. Hey, I had my friend hook up all the air hoses, so we're good now. We do need to check the ankle cock at the back of the train, though. Zoink! And it is open, so close that. It actually moves, which is nice. Should have made note of which car I was standing next to. I think these were all tankers, so it should be the last tanker. Yeah, Bob often thinks that Dark Wind. It's pretty much always on his mind. So back to your question, Chris, it kind of depends. Most of the time I enjoy using the rail driver. Sometimes if I'm just hopping on to do something real quick, I'll just use the keyboard. Alright, you are open. There we go. We don't have air leaking everywhere now. Now these are empty. So that's good, because we're going to have quite the train here. We've still got another cut down there to pick up. I'm not sure what our horsepower per ton's going to be. We're still at 2.2 before we pick up the other cars, so I think we're going to be okay. The float is not great. Let's go ahead and bring her up to knots 4. Pump mad air. Give me lots of air. Oops. So you can see the brakes are applied here in the first part of the train, and then this is where we just coupled up to this set of tank cars. They do not have any brakes applied because they were just sitting there empty. No air in them at all. So we got to pump up the air, and then we can release and apply. Make sure the whole train's working. And if you don't want to do this, you can go click on the engine and like just instantly fill it with air. You don't have to play it like this realistically. There's a lot of options in Run 8. Like that F7 cheat, the F7 air brake cheat. You can have it just automatically filled up with the air. You can have it set the angle cocks. You can have it set the air hose. You can pick whatever you want it to do. So I just have it set to connect all the air hoses to save myself a little time. Alright, flows bouncing around as the air goes throughout the train. Hey Raid, welcome. I'm watching this number here, cubic feet per minute. Remember, if it's below 100, can you open it? This might blow the train. Let's try it. No, we're good. Okay. I think if the flow is below 100, you can go ahead and switch it over. Let's hop back in the cab. Okay, good. We didn't put the train into emergency, so that's good. Yeah, Run 8 is a great train sim. I really enjoy it. Some people get hung up on the graphics. I mean, the graphics are kind of old school, but the physics, the train handling, all the systems, all the simulation is top-notch. There's nothing else like it. I think it uses like a variation of the engine that FSX, the flight simulator, used to use. At least it seems very similar to that. But I'm not 100% sure. The lighting is really good. Just the textures and some of the models. Whatever. It works. If you're just tuning in, we're over here working the borax plant. Boron. Let me switch into free fly. Whee! We've been switching this plant around. We used the switch plant power there for a little while. We brought the road power in with this train here. These are drop-offs that will be switched later with switch plant power. Right now we're pumping air into this cut, and then we're going to go grab that cut out there. Those are all ready to head back to Barstow Yard. So that's what we're doing at the moment. We're pumping air. so we can safely move this train. Take a quick look here. If I turn on car tags. So red means they have load, green is empty. These are all loaded, except for some empty tankers. This would be a heavy train. We'll see what our horsepower per ton is when we get hooked up. Might be a fun one to get back to the yard. Alright, flow's almost down to where we can start moving. There's various regions, Charles. A good way to show it is to actually go look at this community site. There's a community called the Depot. And they have servers. So there's like the California region. All these routes are connected. And then they've got this one new that's up here that's actually not connected to the rest for some reason. But the base game, I'm trying to remember what it comes with. It's not all of this. It's 220 miles. So it's like, it's not all this black line, but this black line is like the railroad. But some of this is add-ons. The base game is 220 miles from Bakersfield to Mojave, maybe? I forget. And then there's some up here from Reno to Roseville, and then over on the East Coast, there's a route that's up here in New York, Syracuse to Albany, and a little bit south. And then there's a route down in Georgia, Florida. Or maybe a couple routes down here. So there's different routes. But we're out here in California. I'm not even 100% sure where we are. I always get confused with... Oh, here's Barstow. There's the borax mine. Oh yeah, that's where we're at. The track arrangement's a little different than real life. So we're at this plant right now. Here it only shows like 3 tracks. What town is this? Boron? So I hope that answers your question. There's various routes. Bakersfield to Barstow. There you go. So if I go to Boron, California, here's that siding we were on earlier. There's that siding where we're going to pick up the cars. You can see there's actually cars sitting on there in the Google Maps photo. Oh yeah, there's more tracks in the Google photo. I don't know why the other map didn't have them. But we're sitting here on this track, pumping up air. There's that inbound track where we brought in the train. So yeah, that's where we're at. Pretty cool. Only had 5 left of the rail driver. Yeah, I mean, it's just this little engineering company that makes them. So it's not like they're making thousands of them. So I would imagine they make a batch and then, I don't know if they wait till they get enough back orders. We have plenty of air. I've been yapping too much. Let's get moving. Let's hop back in the engineer seat. Let's see if we have brakes that work. It's always a bonus. Okay, we got brake shoes. Moving all through the train. That's awesome. So this bar here, the bottom bar that's now turning yellowish orange is brake. Like the brake cylinders on each car. The two purple dots are the two engines we have. I've got the independent locomotive brake full on both locomotives. This top bar that's kind of greenish towards this side and white over here, that's coupler force. So you can see we're kind of bunched up towards the front of the train. Probably because it wants to roll this way. Alright, let's make sure we get a good release. Nothing's sticking. Oh, the last update did fix it, Raid? Awesome. That's good. And how long is the train? We're not as long as we're going to be. We are 2,151 feet right now. 14 loads, 25 empties, 2,700 tons. But we're getting ready to go pick up more. Alright, we're looking good. Let's get moving. Oh, she's struggling. Let's try to get moving. Come on, pull in the slack. There you go. Bounced around a little bit, but we finally got moving. Bob remains unimpressed. Let's see. Yeah, I turned him back on, so we should have... Yeah, everybody's flowing past, so that's good. Just two, Raid. Just two locos. SD40-2s, I believe. So we're going to be a little light on power, but I think it's mostly flat or downhill back to the yard. So I think we'll be okay. A little bit of speed up. I don't want to go too much over 15 here while we're pulling through switches and stuff. And I don't remember what horsepower these locos are. 3,000 maybe? Somebody in chat might know. I'm pretty sure they're SD40-2s. We might have enough power to get back to the yard. We'll find out. I think I will drive this back. Done enough switching for a while. So we're going to go grab this other cut of cars. We'll get its air pumped up. And then we'll ease on out. And then we'll have to talk to the dispatch. And try to get back to the line. Oh, I should re-tag my train. So the dispatch knows where we're going. There's an automatic dispatcher that we're using. Auto, the automatic dispatcher. So we can tag trains and cars so the game knows what to do with them. 3,000 horses. There we go. We got 6,000 horsepower. Once we get here, we got a little bit of a downhill. So it'll be fun. Be a good test to see if we can shove it back and hook onto those. Thanks, Google. Might have to Google how to stop a train. One cool detail in these locos, once you get over 25, it kicks in a different set of windings on the traction motor, so you can actually hear those relays clicking, and it cuts out for just a minute and then kicks back in. It's almost like having an overdrive. Bob thinks Otto is a pompous butthead. It's kind of Bob's opinion on everybody, I think. I mean, just look at him. Bob has been there, done that. He ain't got time for anybody's shenanigans. We got a little bit of an uphill here. Dragging our butt now. We're down to 12 mile an hour. We might have more train than I need. Yeah, just get you a strap, Chris, and put it around your neck. Like, this is the new RCO. There we go. Back up to 15. We're going to really take off once we get past that switch. It looks down. Unless we're going up and that's level. It's hard to tell sometimes. Oh man, I'm seeing tweets from people playing X-Plane 12. I couldn't even get it downloaded. Their servers were on fire. I'm going to set my counter here, and I'll know when the back of my train is past the switch. Think it's going to take a week? It might be a struggle. We'll see. See how it goes. Yeah, this is definitely downhill. We're already picking up speed. Do an initial reduction of about 8 pounds or so. We got 900 feet of train to go. Slowing down too awful fast. Let's go ahead and do another reduction. Down to 75. We got 15 pounds on. 250 feet to go. Yeah, I think that'll do. Oh, come on. Squeak past. Squeak past. No! No! Crap. Alright, let's go see how close we are. Oh! Oh, no! Are you kidding? Half a truck length. I was off by half a truck length. I put the independent on and release the train brake. Will the slack rolling in be enough? And will the locomotive brakes actually hold it? We'll find out. Beautiful. See how far the engines move. Oh no, the engines didn't move. The loco brakes held. Alright, good deal. Alright, we just need to back up a little bit. It's going to be a little tricky. Bob thinks I nailed it. Let's see if we can back up and not smash into this car too hard. Already easing off the brakes here. It backed up easier than I thought. I thought we were going to have a real tough time. I see a train going by on the main out there. It's what I like about having the AI. Gives some life. All right. How are we feeling here, train? Are we feeling peppy? Okay, let's hop out to the end of the train. And we want you closed. I know that wasn't open. I guess it resets them. If it's not a train, it's like it resets them all. Alright, let's hook up the air hoses. Go back to my spot. You were closed, you were open, so you need to be partial. And let's pump air again. Seems like that's what we've been doing all night. Get into notch 4, pumping some air. Train rolling through on the main there. Like the independent brakes holding it, so that's good. Who we got rolling through here? Oh, we got all kinds of traffic. Might be a trick getting out on the main. Speaking of. Is it back bar? Is that what Chris said? Why it cleared the tag on that, that's weird. Bakersfield to Barstow. Oops, back bar. There we go. Hey, what's up, Evie? Alright, so we've hopped that. We got back bar. So then the auto should know where we need to go. Oh my goodness, we're 7,600 tons. 47 loads, 31 empties. I'm almost afraid to look and see what our horsepower per ton is. Uh-oh. It's 0.8. It's 0.8, chat. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right, back over to here. Get you open. We'll wait for air to pump. I am gonna, since we've got the full train now, I'll go ahead and stick an EOT on here. That would work, Darkwind, but those locos belong here, so I'm just gonna leave them here. I think we'll be okay. I think we can make it. It's mostly downhill, if I remember right. I think it's a little bit uphill coming out here, like as far as the ruling grade goes. EOT and open you up. And you don't have any air yet. Why don't you have air? This hasn't made it out here yet. Yeah, those angle cocks look good. Let me pop back over here to our connection. You're open. You're open. You are connected. Oh, there it goes. Air finally made it sort out here. That's the little air power generator that powers the end of train device here. All right, let's hop in the cab. We just got, it's just a waiting game now of pumping enough air in here that we can move safely. So you can see we got communication with our EOT. We've only got 46 pounds on the back. We're looking for 90. Bob's looking for a better guy to drive with. What does the EOT do? It's a little device and it communicates via radio up here to the cab. So it tells me the air pressure at the back of the train. And it'll tell me if the back of the train's moving and stuff like that. So if I bring up this brake representation again, this shows like the brake cylinders on all the, or the, I'm not sure if it's the brake cylinders or the reservoir on all the cars. So the air hasn't filled this car yet, if that makes sense. So it simulates all the air stuff on all these cars throughout the whole train. There they go. They're starting to all equalize now. So it's got to equalize throughout the whole train.
BNSF detector milepost 788.0. No defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle 234. Train speed 39 mph. Ambient temperature 75 degrees. Out.
Yeah, we're close enough that we're hearing the detector traffic from that train that just went by. So the air is equalizing. This is the flow meter here. This is how many cubic feet per minute are flowing out of the engines, basically. So I've got it in notch 4 right now because it has a mechanical air pump. We're pumping this whole brake pipe full of air and all the reservoirs in the cars. Once that all equalizes out, we'll have about 90 pounds on the back. So we've got 90 pounds up here on the locos. I don't know if you can read that on Twitch. Radio Free Europe. So we've got 89, 90 pounds, something like that. Up here in the head end. So we're looking for that air pressure to all equalize throughout the train. We've got this UI because we can't actually get out and look at the brake shoes and stuff. That part is not modeled visually. It's modeled as far as numbers go in physics. Don't fall asleep on me, Bob. We're gonna get going here in a minute. And I'll know it's getting equalized because this airflow will fall off, and we'll also see that we have full pressure at the back of the train. It's like we're occasionally losing comms. Interesting. So if we go pick a random car here, and it might be kind of hard to read on Twitch, I'm not sure. It models all the air stuff, so we can change the bleed valve and stuff. We can set a retainer valve to different settings. It's got the brake pipe pressure, 73 psi, the auxiliary reservoir on the car, the emergency reservoir on the car, and then the brake cylinder. So all that's modeled for each car. Those have got 74. This has got 74. It's starting to come up. That's just popped up to 74. So it's pumping air all throughout the train. We got 89 and 90 up here at the head end. Whee! Back here at the back, we're still at about 70-ish. See, these brake cylinders are all 0 because they didn't have any kind of application of brakes. We just hooked onto these cars. But if you come up here to one of these cars... Okay, that's a bad example. Never mind. One of these still had some brake on it. This has a brake on it for some reason. Alright, engineer view. Our airflow's starting to come down now. We're getting close. And yeah, comm loss is normal. It did a big jump in the number. It's kind of surprising. I think a rule of thumb I've heard that once you're down to 60 on the flow, that's considered a full release. So we're getting close, but it takes time. So we're gonna get pumped up here. We're gonna do a quick brake test here in a minute. Make sure the brakes across the train are operational. Then we'll ease on down there and we'll see if we can talk Otto into letting us out on the main line. And he should route us over here to the receiving yard at Barstow. In theory. It's a good theory. It's about 35 miles, something like that. Not too bad. Take 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Depending on how much stopping we have to do. And whether we can actually pull the train. That does remain to be seen. Alrighty, let's get some brakes on the train. So let's do a 10-pound reduction. See, you can see the yellow. It's going to change color throughout the train as that air change gets picked up everywhere. I don't see anything sticking off, so that's good. It should settle on the kind of an orangish color like here. So we'll give it a minute, but that's looking good so far. You can see the air pressure is kind of bouncing around in some of the back cars as it settles out. That has me a little concerned. Do we lose something back here? flow is kind of sporadic. Let's get some RPMs up. Just make sure we're pumping good. Yeah, that's a little weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 12 cars back or so from the end. It's interesting. Let's do a further reduction and see if we still have weirdness. So going out to suppression. Yeah, I think it's just being weird because of that light reduction. But we do have kind of a separation right there. Be interesting to see if we get a full release. So we want to kind of be red through the whole train. It's our back end like. We're still about 70 pounds in the back. All right, let's release. Make sure we don't have any stuck brake shoes. That happens sometimes. I've had to do a set and release again before to get them to unstick. Looking good so far. Knock on wood. There we go. Got a good clean release. Once we get our flow back under control, we'll be ready to head out. Notch 4. I think notch 4 is what you're supposed to do on the 40-2. Some of the other newer locomotives have electric air pumps. This one has a mechanical air pump, from what I understand. I think the Jeeps and the SD 40-2s. If anybody knows how to turn this off, I would be grateful. I don't want to see all that. No, I didn't do the full thing, Chris, because I don't have it memorized. I'm doing the Kerbo abbreviated air test. But you can't actually do that with like the EOT dump. I've seen, was it NS Horsehead SD70? I think is his channel name, Chris. He's an actual like railroader, so he does the full thing and actually knows what he's doing. I'm just a casual. But what's cool is you can actually do that. I think there's a few things that aren't quite 100% with the air brake system, but pretty darn close. And there's videos out there. I know Chris has made a ton of videos on how to do things the right way, but I've forgotten a lot of that, so. All right, our airflow's down to 60, so let's get out of here. We'll ease on down here to the main, and we'll see if we can talk Otto into letting us go. Maybe we'll ease on down here. We can actually get moving. Guess we were just pulling in the slack. There we go. I forgot to take off some of the handbrakes. We had a few handbrakes set. Noob alert. I was thinking, that's pulling awfully hard. And then I was like, oh yeah, I had a few handbrakes set back there somewhere. So just around this corner, we'll have to stop and we'll get a hold of Mr. Dispatch. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic out there, so we're probably gonna have to wait. There's just train after train after train. If we have to wait too long, we can always go do something else. It's my railroad. I can do what I want. I could even delete all the trains and just go, but I kind of like having all the trains out there. Gives the world a feeling of life. So I could actually go ahead and tone up the dispatcher, actually. We're on 75, so we're on GTMF mode. We are 6920, alright. You're waiting for at least one train. Yeah, no doubt. I remember how much room we have around the corner. Not a ton. AI it. Yeah, if it gets to be too long of a wait, we can just AI it and go do something else. I was kind of curious if we could actually get it back to the yard at 0.8 horsepower per ton. I really don't remember how much room we have. So I probably should start slowing down. Peek above the hood here. We've got a little bit of room. We're good. Let's keep her moving. Keep her moving. Remember that noob alert I was giving out earlier? That beeping is EOT telling me whether it's moving or not. You're wondering? Pop up out of my seat. So basically around the corner, and then we need to stop right there. I think there's a signal over here, isn't there? Oh no, there's not. We just need to stop. Alright, we'll stop by this other signal. Close enough. Keep her stretched out. This industrial track comes into the siding. So if you can see my mouse cursor, this is the siding and this is the main on the outside here. So we pop up to free fly. Then there's an additional siding off of the passing siding. And we've got a train Waiting on that train. We got a train coming up through here. We got trains everywhere. He's actually got a meet set up right here. No, we can't move on to it. That would be very bad. Then we would collide with this guy. Yeah, the switch is lined correctly or he wouldn't be routing them through here. We have to wait for permission to move on to the sighting. Is there a train coming right at us? So he's going to have that one come through. Proceed on signal indication. Yeah, I think I'll wait. Thanks. Thanks for playing. They're just AI, Charles. I'm playing single player. This has very good multiplayer support, but I'm just playing single player. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to proceed on signal indication. I don't think there's a crossover here either. Otto might be confused. It happens. Oh, he's got me a green signal down here. Interesting. Okay. Well, that means we should be able to go after this guy gets past. Long enough to order and eat some pizza? Yeah. We're not going to have to wait that long, though, because Otto's giving me a green signal. So we just have to wait for this guy to pass. And then we're golden. Hey, we got some mid DPUs. Nice. The sound is so good in Run 8. Is he hitting the taco truck? He better get me something if he's hitting the taco truck. He might be seeing his girlfriend over there in her trailer. Hey, there we go. All right, let's get out of here, Bob. We got us a green light. Risky in a small cab. You got a good point there, Evie. You got a good point. I still have a green light, right? Let's go double check. Whee! Yeah, we're still good. All right. Come on out, train. Yeah, I think there's a bathroom in the nose. Or not, well, actually on these there might not be. This isn't the wide nose. It's probably just a bucket. Let's get our full lights on. We're coming out onto the main. Yeah, there's not even the... I was thinking the wide nose. You have to hold it. Dang, we are struggling. Top in here. Yeah, we're pulling 600 amps. Got a full release. Yeah, we got a full release. I don't want to have to stop. I'm hoping auto keeps us moving. Oh, not too many amps. We may not have enough power here, kids. It's going to be iffy. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's going to be iffy. We're pulling almost 900 amps. I can't really... Well, I shouldn't really give it any more power. Probably end up with a wheel slip. Plus toasting the electronics. Need more power. Hey, say, catch you later, Charles. Worst case scenario, I spawn another engine in, right? We're at 7.7 miles an hour. 7.8. We're gaining. I should have hit my counter as we came out onto the track there. I forgot to do that. All right, how are we looking on the power? Can we get notch 7? Oh, that's close. We're hanging in there. We're up to a pretty good jog now. We're at 9.4 and climbing. We got nearly all the horses pulling. Just hope there's no big grades between here and Barstow. Let me pop back to, was it Control 5? No, Control 1. There we go. Oh, 0.8 of them. Yeah, if we look here, we are horsepower per ton, 0.8. I don't know what we need on this line, but probably 1.2, 1.5, something like that is recommended. We're a little light on the horsepowers. 7,600 tons, 4,400 feet. 2 SD40-2s. Pulling for all they're worth. Is that the end of the train? I think I see the end of the train. Yeah, there's the end of the train. This is a manual switch. I want to make sure I line it back to normal after we get through. Yeah, hop back up in the cab here real quick. Yeah, we still got green. That train stopped on the crossing, so I'm not going to mess with the crosswalk. Or, I mean, the grade crossing signal. I think we can go to run 8, though. We'll check the Yeah, we can get up into run 8. Alright, we have given it all the beans. It's all the beans I have. We're at 13 glorious miles an hour. BNSF 480 is our last car. There we go. Alright. Switches are lined for normal. Let's hop back in the cab. It's a long road back to Barstow. It's nice of Otto to hold this train here for us, though. I'm sure he's not super happy about that. He's like, I've already been waiting for one train. "15 glorious miles an hour." So, Bob, you know any good jokes? We did finally get up to 89 pounds on the back end, so that's good. The flow meter seems to bounce around a lot. It's kind of interesting. Holding steady around 875 amps or so. That's right, 15 whole miles an hour. We totally got this. Are you pushing in the back? I'm hoping this guy's headed the other direction, or he's going to really hate my guts by the time we get to Barstow. Is that his head end power? Or is that the back end power? Yeah, I can't tell which way he's headed based on his symbol. He's heading our way? Yeah, it kind of looks that way. I see 3 engines. Oh, he is not going to be my friend. Hey, buddy. Enjoy the view. Get used to the back of my train. You're going to be watching it all the way to Barstow. Oh, boy. But I think if we can make it to the top of this, that's going to be either level or downhill from here. If I pull up this, yeah, we're headed upgrade. So it should flatten out up there. And we can get a little speed up. I just hope we don't have to stop. If we have to stop on much of a grade, I'm not sure we can get started again. Stop at the entrance to the yard. Yeah, it could be, but I think it's fairly flat if we can make it back to Barstow. But no, I've struggled coming out here with you know, the full tank cars. So I think ruling grade is downhill. We're going back. I don't remember for sure. We're still holding steady at 15, so we can just barely hold our own at a 0.6% grade. We're about to level off here. I forgot to hit my counter again, so I knew when I was out of the siding, but I don't think it really matters because we can't really go any faster anyway. I'm counting on gravity once we level out here. we go. Full immersion mode. $69.20 rolling on through. Working his little heart out. I like the classic BN. Back when I did model railroading, I had a lot of that equipment. Still at 15 miles an hour. I've got a speed readout on the rail driver here. Oh, we're up to 16, chat. We're picking up speed. I think I can. I think I can. I think we're just about out of that siding, too. Yeah, we're out of the siding. Awesome. 17 miles an hour. Yeah, they usually get on or off, you know, when they're slowed for a corner or a siding or something. We're seriously underpowered, though. We should probably have like 1.2 horsepower per ton minimum. And we're at 0.8. So we've just got her wide open, hoping for the best. Hoping for some downhill. So it looks like we got some downhill coming up. Speaking of speed, what is our track speed here? And I want the track head. 55, all right. Cost cutting. Well, it's mostly just because I've been single playering this, and this probably should have been 2 runs back with cars, but I hadn't been out there in a while. So I kind of bit off more than I can chew. I was gonna go look and see if the map had like a horsepower recommendation. Mojave Sub. No, I don't think it does. Somewhere there's a grade chart. At least I thought so. The horsepower calculator. Ooh, we're up to 21. I know somewhere I've seen a grade chart. I don't know where I've seen that. Maybe is it on the last page of the... No. I'm looking at a website. I don't see it anywhere. 23. Green light ahead. Oh, the beeping, Charles. Where is it in the... Oh, we finally made it into the other windings. Not sure where it is in the cab here. It's an alerter, so if you don't make any changes to the controls for like a minute, or I forget what the timeout is, it beeps at you and you have to hit the alert reset. So if me and Bob have heart attacks and fall over dead, or we're out goofing around not paying attention, if you don't reset that alert, it'll put the train into emergency and come to a stop. So it's just because I hadn't touched the controls in a while. Alright, we've got a grade crossing. We're slowly approaching the grade crossing. Yeah, it helps keep you awake. Up to 27 miles an hour. How much fuel we have? I didn't really look at that. We have a fuel tank gauge? I don't think we do. It's on the outside. Alright, we get to blow for a grade crossing. See if we can get the timing right based on our speed. Nobody there. Yeah, a little bit of an uphill. We got a green light up there, so that's good. See, we're at 780. What was Barstow Yard? Just keep this map up. Around 749-ish. $45 miles an hour. The fair is finally over, Dave. Nice. How'd the kiddos do? Did they get some ribbons for their steers and stuff? Hush. All right, we got green. Keep on rolling. Might actually have to take it out of run 8 at some point. Keeps this up. Yeah, 28 miles to the yard. That sounds about right. Uh-oh, I see an approach medium up there. Is the guy behind moving yet? I'm not sure. I don't have the... I need to get the external dispatcher up. I don't have that on there. Nope, I'm not out of his, like, block yet. It doesn't look like. He's still sitting there. He's writing me angry Oh, just went to green. Alright, we're good. It was approach medium. So we're nipping at the heels of somebody. UP 5327. Oh no, that's... Nope. We need to go to this one. Who? Why? Yeah, I don't know. Somebody just cleared that, or... I don't know what's going on. We should be good, though. We don't have anybody out ahead of us. We'll just keep the hammer down and do the best we can. Keep speed up. We're in run 8, but our amps are down to like 350-ish. 375. 50 miles an hour! Yes, I know, alerter. Calm down. Oh, he's on the move. He's finally on the move. I think, if I remember at the external dispatcher that you can get, it shows the speed, and it shows a lot better info for the stuff. Holy crap, 52 miles an hour. Are we still track speed 55? Yep. Cool. I think it reduces to 40 when we get closer to the yard. I'll try to keep an eye out for signs. Let's see, it's 10 o'clock. We might be able to run it all the way back. Yeah, he's definitely on the move now. He's blended in with our designation here. But we're doing pretty good on the speed so far. We're at 52. I don't think we'll have to stop until we get to the yard, and then there'll probably be some stoppage there depending on who's coming through that area. We have to do quite a bit of crossing over, I think, to get into the receiving yard. About 25 miles to go. And we're coming up on the speed limit, actually. Amazing. I see a green light ahead, so that's good. I use this zoom a lot. Keep an eye on the speed. We're bumping up towards 55. There we go. Why it's so jumpy in that view? Hold on to your hats, chat. Train going by. Oh, we're 55. Have to take her down some notches. Better hop back in the cab. I think we're a little bit of a downhill here. That must be a siding on the right. Yeah, the siding's on the right. Bumps are down to knots 4, but we're still Accelerating. Dang, clear down into idle. Oh, now we're getting some hill and some corner. Alright, we got green. Put the beans back to her. Should have done that a little sooner. There we go. Let's get a long shot. Got down to 46. I should have kept the power on a little more. But we were up to 57. And I don't have the route memorized. .423. Thought I had set the system time, but it's apparently in game. It's February 17th. Oh, now we're getting back up to speed. Oops, didn't mean to skip that many notches. Got a green. I also got too much speed. Yeah, I was looking around for the button, Chris. It's like there's no alerter button. It's just a game thing, apparently. We're speeding a bit. Might have to put some brakes on. We're smoking along. I think we're starting to slow down now a little bit. This is that hill I struggle coming out to the Boron. So if I knew the route, I could have had a little bit of train brake set up ahead of time. I'm actually into the amps a little more than I should be. Don't want to blow anything up. Yeah, I'll actually have to put it. Do like just an initial reduction. Just that quick, we're back on the power. Green signal. Nice. Miles roll right on by though at 60 miles an hour. We're about 12 miles out, something like that. I read that mile marker right. Yeah, he's trying to recall that email. Yeah, right around 750, mile marker 750, we'll have to be crossing over. We might have to stop there. 766. So yeah, we got about 16 miles to go. I was a little off. About 16 miles to go. So we're about halfway back. We go to the grade crossing.
BNSF detector milepost 766.0.
The green signal. That's what we like to see. Oh, that poor guy has to go into the siding. I'm not sure why. There's nobody coming this way. I don't know why Otto's putting him in the siding. Unless he's going to let this guy pass.
BNSF detector milepost 766.0. No defects. Repeat, no defects.
Yay! No defects.
324. Train speed 54 mph. Ambient temperature 74 degrees. Out.
Looks like we were heading into a dip here, so I was just trying to preemptively get off the throttle. Trying to go down one notch at a time. The rail driver's not cooperating. Yeah, they don't want to have to wait on me. Ugh, excuse me. Getting the yawns. A little bit of roly here. We're going a little fast. Hoping it'll all work out in the roly. Never got an approach medium. I think. Pull up. Come on. Get a little fast. Reference signals. Yeah, flashing is approach medium. Regular yellow is advanced approach. Not exceeding 40 miles an hour. Oh, I thought it was 30. Yeah, okay. Now we know. Alright, back in charge of the train. Alright, that's gone green, so that's good. It's not good as I'm losing all my momentum. So how long did we end up being? Not quite a mile. 3/4 of a mile, something like that. So we got a lot of trains stretched out behind us. That's why it's important to know the route, which I don't. Alright, about 10 miles to go. Keep an eye on them signals. I would expect him to slow us down at some point. Now, let's see, I want that button. Yeah, we're still at 55. 2 miles to the next signal. Back into an uphill climb. Sort of. It says negative 0.5%. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe most of the train was on a different grade. Yeah, now we're climbing again. Alright, another signal about a mile up here. It is green. Good deal. I believe that's downhill too. I had to stop on the hill on the way over here. Slow down a little bit, but once all the train's on this downhill, probably going to pick up quite a bit of speed. Hope I judged that right. Maybe this is more flat rather than downhill. Green signal. Keep on rocking. Hadn't seen any speed reduction signs. They're easy to miss. Here we are. He's not routing me to the receiving yard. That's not good. I have to keep an eye on that. I might have to take over. You should be bringing us in here to cross over, come into the receiving yard, I would think. That's not what he's got lined up. That's the departure yard. About 5 miles. Well, we'll see. Might have to override auto. Still 55, 2 miles to the next signal. Jumping all over the place. Switch to ground view. I'm actually only doing 41. I've got it wide open. We can't get to 55. Not on this part of the railroad. I can't drive 55 because I don't have enough horsepower. There's an end to the train down here somewhere. There it is. Bye, trade. Approach. All right, so we need to be down to 40, which we are. Awesome. Go us. Yeah, Savinicus, we're a little light on horsepower. I got a few more cars than I really probably should be carrying. We're trying to make it work. So far, so good. We are a little slow, though, sometimes. No passes, and we're almost back to Barstow. We're coming into Barstow Yard, in theory. Otto has other ideas, apparently. I'm not sure where he's taking us. I want to go down here to the receiving yard, I would think. I don't know what Otto has in mind. to go to Vegas? I'm not sure. I don't really know the railroads out here that well. So I might have to override auto because I don't think he's taking us where I want to go. He's taking us on out to Needles, which is definitely not where I want to go. So I'm gonna come here. I want to go there. Let's me tone up the dispatcher real quick. Dispatcher. I need to turn this back on so I can see him. Yeah, I'm ready to go again. I want to go to there. Oops. Not sure he's going to take us where we want to go. Proceed on signal indication. Okay, good. Now he's taking us in. So I double right clicked on that track, so he's going to route us into that track now. He was sending us out to Needles for some reason, which is not where I want to go. All right, looks like we're heading into a siding. We got a flashing, which I think is 30. If we're going into a siding? I'm such a noob. Yeah, it sounds like you should get some sleep, Raid. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Pan the lights on. He's got us going into that train. Yeah, we're all good now. I had to request this sighting, but it's cool that you can do that. We just had to jump through some hoops. It looks like back bar did not get us into Barstow. He was sending us out to Needles. I'd have to look. That might have been like the wrong direction routing. I'm not sure. No, it would have been coming in from Bakersfield. I don't know. At any rate, it was the wrong routing. We fixed it. Is that siding big enough? It should be, but I didn't actually look. Yeah, it's like 6,600 feet. We're good. Can't see the next signal yet. Oh shoot, is that a red? Can't see the little dwarf signal. It is a red. Crap. It's a flashing red. Oh no, does that mean we're crossing? I think we're good. We need to slow down anyway. I think we're okay. I don't know. Just coming on through. We got a green here. Not sure what the flashing red dwarf signal meant, but we have greens for the rest of the tracks, so we'll just head on in. Try to keep her about 15. Let me view where I can see my train. Yeah, perfect. Good job, game. There we go. Coming on into Barstow Yard. We made it. Be heading on to that track. Theory. Yep. All right. Cool. Back in the cab. That'll work. Shh, don't tell anybody, Chris. Going too fast. It's actually 15 here. That's why I slowed down to 15. Lights dimmed. Well, this isn't your yard. This is my yard. In the game, it's 15. I don't know. I don't know real life what this track would be. So at some point we can hump this train, get it sorted out into the right outbounds, and the cycle continues. We'll get up here and get stopped. We'll get the road power cut off. And I don't remember where it goes, actually. This might not even be the right yard for where it's supposed to go. But it looked like Otto was sending me out to Needles. There's an inspection yard up here. I'm not 100% sure. But we'll come into the receiving yard and I can figure it out from there. So we need to be stopping here for too long. Yeah, I hear ya. Still got about 1,000 feet of train to get onto the track. We made it, Bob. You doubted me, but we made it. Bob didn't think we had enough horsepower to get back. We'll come to a complete stop. Timed that a little wrong. Just want to make sure my hind end is all the way in. Should be. Yeah, it looks like we're good. All right, we have arrived. Excellent. Just in time for sunset. Build the lights. Now these need to get back to the departure yard at some point. I forget where that even is. Where'd we come from? That's a good question. Did I come back to the wrong place? I mean, we can sort them here. Now I'm starting to question where the Boron local actually originated. It wasn't out in the Yermo yard, was it? Yeah, where did we come from? Let me bop over here. That's the departure yard. That's weird. I don't remember where we came from, but it was in amongst. It was on the north side. There was like little sightings. None of this looks familiar though. It wasn't here. Oh no, I came out of here. That's right. I built this train. I'm thinking of a different job I did. Yeah, we came like out of this departure yard here. It was a train I had built. I remember now. Just had a brain fart. It's all good. That's not what I want. I want this one. So that's a 917J that's ready to go. We can do that someday. We got little pieces of terrain here. 913J, lot 53. Don't have any more. Here's some that are going to go out to Boron in the hump yard. You go to bed? Yeah. Well, I totally forgot where we came from the other day, but I was thinking of the 917J yard that's somewhere else. I think it actually is supposed to get built somewhere else, but anyway, it doesn't matter. What are you doing idling? Oh, you must have come in here. You need to get sorted. Need to pull power off of you. We got all kinds of stuff we could do, but it's going to be it for tonight. Let me at least get the road power unhooked and re-tagged so I can remember what I'm doing with it next time. Yeah, I've got stuff all over the place that needs run and sorted and whatnot. Always something to do. Let's turn the car tags back off. Nope, I'm going to click on that. Get some handbrakes set here. I like that you can set 2 at a time now. That's nice. Yeah, I don't think I have Colton. I think that's one of the extra routes. And of course we got too much slack there. That's okay. Alright, we need to close that and then we'll just blow the arrows. It's weird it kills the engine sound when it plays the other sound. So weird. Alright, come here. Come here, coupler. Needed that loose so we can re-tag it. So you're going to be that. There's a way to tag these both at the same time, but I don't remember what it is. Alright, you guys are re-tagged. Beautiful. Now I'll know what I was doing with those guys. Actually, we can shut them down. A little low on fuel. Engineer, no comment. Somebody was asking about maintenance and stuff earlier. These are all the things that can possibly go wrong on your locomotive. Dynamic brakes, engine oil, alternator, fuel filter, turbo, water, air something com oil. Not sure what that is. Air combiner maybe. Fuel pump. And then all your traction motors. It keeps track of engine hours, stuff like that. That's random failures. These guys are all okay, though. We're all good. And with that, I need to head off to bed. It's coming up on 11 o'clock for me. But while I'm thinking about it, doink. Let's do that. Only we're going to roll this back so it's daylight. There we go. It's at least the right day of the year, though. You hear all the reefers running over here. Real cold. That'll be it for this one, folks. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit of Run 8. Not sure what we will be playing next time, but I like to bounce around between games. And I felt like doing some railroading. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll catch you next time. Good night.